Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and clicking the notification bell for more videos. Today's video is a 30 question get to know me tag. This is for my current subscribers who may not know me very well, and if you do, maybe you'll learn a little bit something new about me. And for those who are brand new to my channel, this is a way for me to introduce myself and to kind of tell you some 30 interesting facts about me. So let's get started. So question 1, what is your full name? My full name is Christina Rose Tortorici, or Tortorici, whichever way you want to pronounce it, hence the nickname Christina T. Okay, so question number 2, I am reading this off of my laptop, but where did I grow up? So I'm not going to specify the exact city or town where I grew up in, just for privacy reasons, but I grew up in New York. I grew up in a college town. Question number 3, this one's a bit of a hard one for me to answer just because it's kind of a raw thing, but the question is, who was your first best friend? My first best friend was a girl named Jacqueline Saltarella. I knew her since I was 2 years old. Our families kind of grew up together. My dad was best friends with her uncle. It's sad because she actually just passed away back in July. It's still very raw. I still cry from time to time when I look at her Facebook page and everything. But all I'm gonna say is rest in peace. And I miss you, and girl, I wish we were better friends when you passed away. But yeah, Jacqueline was my best friend. From when we were basically in diapers. So yeah, that was my first best friend. So question number 4, how tall are you? I am 5'2". So question number 5, dogs or cats? For me, it's not really a preference of which animal that I like more. For me, it depends on the scenario and where I'm at. For example, in an apartment, which is where I live now, I would much rather own a cat just because they're so independent and they don't really need a lot of room to kind of roam around. For me, if I had a house, I would love to have, for me, a dog. Like, I grew up with German Shepherds, so for me, a dog is like a big, protective kind of dog. I think dogs need more room to roam around, and for me, although we have, you know, the parking lot and you can walk a dog like at a park or not, or in everything, I'd rather have a dog in a house than in an apartment. So if I were to get an animal, it would probably be a cat, but I wouldn't do that either because Chris is not really a big fan of cats. He prefers dogs. So I kind of like both, but it depends on the situation for me. But if I were to get a dog, it would definitely be either a German Shepherd or a Husky, just because I love German Shepherds. I grew up with them, and Huskies are just beautiful. I would love to have a Husky. So question number 6, what was your dream job as a kid? So for me, you know, kids always swap what jobs they want to have when they're young. But for me, I kind of rotated between being an author and a cook. The story behind me wanting to be an author was at 6 years old, my grandfather, who I lived with until he passed away, he gave me, you know, what I considered to be special paper at 6 years old. Anything like that your grandparents give you when you're a young kid is considered special, even if it's just money. But he gave me this like really special paper, which I took, and in the span of 2 days I wrote and illustrated a collection of original fairy tale stories, which one of my cousins, I believe, still has. She used to read it to her kids years later. And then for me, I loved the toy kitchens as a kid. I used to play with the one I had all the time, and I loved the Easy Bake Oven and everything too. So for me, it was kind of, a cook was another thing on my mind. But now I'm actually working as a writer, so I guess the writing one kind of stuck into adulthood. So question number 7, what year were you born? I was born in July of 1995, so this year I will be 25 years old. So question number 8, are you in / have you gone to college? So from fall 2013 to I believe fall of 2015, I went to my town's local community college, which was like 15 minutes outside of my hometown, where I met my now fiance, I met my best friend in the whole wide world, and a bunch of other really good friends. And then from the spring of 2016 to the fall of 2017, I went to my hometown's university, where I graduated with my bachelor's in creative writing in 2018. So question number 9, what aspect of your life needs tremendous improvement? And I guarantee my fiance would agree with me on this. I'm a very impatient person. So when I don't get the help that I ask for immediately, or if I don't get the attention that I want instantaneously, I react very strongly. Most of the time I cry a lot. I'm a big crier. Or I get very moody, and I get kind of like passive aggressive, which kind of drives Chris crazy a little bit. But I think on a personal note, I think the one area that needs the most improvement is my lack of self-confidence. I'm very insecure. I've always been insecure. I know it's really bad, but I think that's kind of why when it comes to standing up for myself, I shy away, is I have no confidence in myself. But yeah, I'd say those are the 2 things I think that need the most improvement, because I feel like once I improve on the self-confidence, I think the other stuff will kind of fall into place. Question 10. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is light pink. I like a rose pink color. So question number 11. You're wearing perfume. What scent is it? I tend to love Bath & Body Works body sprays. And my go-tos as of recently have been the peach fragrance, the Pretty as a Peach one. I love this scent. I don't have it at the moment, but I also love the Sweet Pea body spray, and I like their Magic in the Air, which I have like a little travel size bottle. This one smells so good. Highly recommend if you guys love body sprays from Bath & Body Works. These 3 are my favorite. Question 12. Tea or coffee? Coffee. I do not like tea. I have to really, I like iced tea, like iced black tea, but I have to really be in the mood for it. For me, I've been on a crazy iced coffee kick, like French vanilla iced coffee from like Dunkin' or McDonald's. McDonald's makes the best French vanilla iced coffees, and they always give you a large even if you order a medium. So highly recommend, but been on a huge coffee kick lately. Question 13, what are my life goals? So my life goals are not very extreme. I guess I can say getting married is a huge goal of mine, just because I'm in the process of planning my wedding right now. So getting married, in a few years, having kids, like after I'm married, a few years after I'm married. I've always wanted kids, between 2 or 3. And I guess like continue to be successful in my career, because I'm a content writer for a large corporation. So I'd rather stay successful, and maybe potentially, you know, I could maybe branch out into something else within the same company. But for now, I just want to remain successful in what I'm doing right now. But yeah, those are like my immediate life goals, or kind of my long-term life goals. Okay, so question 14, I had to do a little bit of research on, but the question is, do you know your personality type? What is it? For me, I don't know if you guys have ever taken those 16 personality test questions, but according to that, which basically you go in and kind of rate if you're more than likely to do something versus not. Well, according to this exam, I think it's 16 personalities. There you go. Highly recommend you checking it out. It's actually pretty interesting and actually fairly accurate. But for me, it said I was an ESFJ, or a console personality. And sorry guys, I have to cheat a little bit. But according to the personality is an ESFJ. Stands for extroverted. I am 56% extroverted and 44% introverted. I'm a sensor. I'm a feeler. I'm very emotional. I take everything in a personal way. I've always been emotionally invested in everything, and I'm also a judger. So for console personalities, I'll read the description off of the website. But according to the introduction on their site, the 16personalities.com, later in life, this one's actually more like me, the later in life one. Later in life, consoles continue to enjoy supporting their friends and loved ones, organizing social gatherings, and doing their best to make sure everyone is happy. At their hearts, console personalities are social creatures and thrive on staying up to date with what their friends are doing. So the first part really wasn't so much me. As far as like the high school part goes, I wasn't really that popular in school. I didn't have that many friends in high school. But now, when it comes to being with the friends I have now, I love to do social gatherings. I love having people over. I do not like being alone. Like right now I'm alone and it's lonely. Hearing the sound of my voice is kind of nerve-wracking sometimes for me, so having someone to talk to is kind of nice. But I love to be there for my friends. I try so hard to take care of them when I hang out with them. It's just how I am. But yeah, I have to say overall the 16 personalities quiz is actually rather accurate, and I highly encourage people to do the same. Question 15. What are my pet peeves? I feel like I'm always discovering a new one every day just because I'm kind of a neurotic person. But for me, I have to say people driving 10 miles under the speed limit while being in front of me drives me insane. I go crazy. I have bad road rage, but especially when people go very slow when they're driving. But other things include like a messy place. I'm a very clean person. You could say I'm kind of OCD. Or like just clean freak. I clean all the time. But I thrive and I feel more organized when I have a clean apartment or a clean space. And for me, it's sometimes like Chris will have people over, even if they're here for like 2 minutes, he'll have them over in like a really mess. Like our apartment would be a disaster and he'll have people over, and I just can't do that. Like if I have people over, even if it's for like an hour, I'll clean the place up, everything. I can't, like I feel like it's embarrassing for me to have people over in a messy place. And I guess my last one is, I guess like someone being kind of like ignorant or just like rude when you have a different belief or opinion from them, like basically shoving down your throat or like basically being condescending towards you is kind of like a pet peeve of mine, because I've never been one to drop my opinions on people's throats, but it seems like people feel entitled to do the same with me, probably because I'm kind of a pushover, so they think that they can persuade me. But yeah, those are my pet peeves. Question 16, how do I get along with my family? So I'm very family oriented. I see my family, well, most weeks, once a week. So I love my family. I grew up in the same house with my uncle and paternal grandparents, so we grew up very close. We shared like very tight quarters too. But yeah, I'm very family oriented. I try to see my family as much as I can. Question 17, what is my biggest fear? Heights. I'm terrified of heights. If I look down from someplace tall, like a cliff or something like that, I get like vertigo. I feel dizzy, I feel lightheaded, and I freak out. So for me, standing close to like an edge on a cliff or something like freaks me out. I can't do roller coasters, I can't do any of that because the height of them freaks me out. Yeah, I think that is my biggest fear, and I think that's probably why I'm not an adrenaline junkie, is a lot of the stuff that makes you an adrenaline junkie is kind of like you have to go off the ground, and that kind of scares me. So question 18's not really a question, but it's, you're going out with your friends, describe your night. So most times when I hang out with my friends, or pretty much every time I hang out with my friends, they come over to my place and we spend the night playing games, talking, watching movies, we eat out. drink some wine occasionally, and we just kind of chill out and hang out. We don't really, I don't go crazy when I do a lot of things with my friends. They love to just be here hanging out. So question 19, are you single or taken? So everyone who's been watching my channel or, you know, can see my hand, I am engaged to my partner of 5 years, Christopher, and we're getting married in June of 2021. So question 20, what is your idea of a dream date? For me, I'm really simple with dates. I don't like a lot of extravagant things. Like sometimes, like once in a while I like it. But for me, like I love dinner and a movie. But like, I'd say if I want to do something different, I'd say maybe like a picnic date. I've never actually gone on a picnic in a park before, and I've always wanted to try that. But yeah, I say I'm pretty simple. I just like a simple dinner and a movie, or just like cook dinner at home and then watch a movie together. Question 21, how long was your longest relationship? So my current one, so 5 years. Question 22, how would you describe your fashion sense? I would say I'm feminine, but like more comfortable. Like I'm not gonna go out wearing a dress like in the middle of winter. New York winters are brutal. But for me, like a top, like a flowy top like this with like a pair of leggings or skinny jeans and like a pair of booties or something. I have this pair of like brown heeled booties that are really cute, or like black booties or like leather boots. Yeah, that's kind of my style. Kind of like more laid back and chill, but still like fashionable and comfortable. Question 23, what is your go-to hairstyle? Down like it is now. I actually do not enjoy my hair up. The only time I put my hair up is like when I'm working out, and that's because I don't want to sweat down my neck. Most days I do leave my hair wavy just because straightening my hair is kind of a task. It just takes so long for me, and it's so bad for your hair. My hair is naturally very wavy, which you guys have seen in previous videos. But I do straighten it like when I want to change it up, or like if I want my hair to look nice if I'm going out. Question 24, how many siblings do you have? I have 3. I have an older sister, Cheryl, an older brother named Anthony, and a younger sister named Sophia. My older sister is 28 going on 29. My brother is going to be 26. I'm going to be 25, and my little sister's about to be 19. Question 25, what are your favorite values in friends? I guess they're like the standard ones, like loyalty, honesty, someone who can make me laugh, which is kind of why like my best friend and I are so close. Is she's always making me laugh because she's, as you guys have seen, she's kind of crazy. She's kind of a goofball. Someone who listens to me without judgment, or like lets me tell a story, even if, because I have a bad habit of doing it, telling the same story like 20 times, they'll still listen to it. And for me, the biggest thing, because I've been through it so many times where I've always been there for people more than they've ever backed me up, is someone who is there for me as much as I am there for them, which I gotta say, the group of friends I have now, they're all like that. I think everyone has their moments where they're not, but for the most part, they're really good to me. Question 26, are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage in it head on? I am what they call a conflict coward. I avoid it as much as possible. When I have faced conflicts, which I've faced quite a bit, I'm a huge pushover. It's my biggest character flaw. I give in to everybody. And I make everything my fault. They'll blame something on me, and because I don't want to fight, I make it my fault. So it hasn't ended well for me. When I've had conflicts with people, I've lost many friends out of my life because they didn't respect that I couldn't stand up for myself. But yeah, I'm a huge pushover. Question 27, your most memorable vacation memory. So for me, by far, was going to Puerto Rico with Chris, which was our first couples vacation in 5 years, just the two of us. And easily getting engaged right on the beach outside of mine and his hotel in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Question 28, what are your morning and evening routines? So instead of kind of just telling you guys what I do, I'm going to just show you in the next couple of clips I don't really do anything extravagant. I don't use any expensive brands, but yeah, I'm gonna insert clips of what I do in the morning and evening right here.
So why you keep playing, boy? Walking around like you're some kind of star, yeah. You're talking sweet, pulling strings, but I know there's always something up your sleeve. So I won't listen to a word you speak anymore, oh no. 'Cause you only bring me down. But now I am gonna fly. You're gonna be loveless. When you're without me, you're gonna regret it. Sooner or later, you're acting all tough. You think you're all that, but don't you know what goes around comes back around? You're gonna be loveless. Sooner or later, you gotta face the facts one of these days when your luck has run out. But don't you come crawling back, 'cause you know we're through, oh yeah. 'Cause you only cloud my eyes so that I can see the sky. You're gonna be loveless. When you're without me, you're gonna regret it. Sooner or later,
Question 29. Do you have any bad habits? My biggest habit, and I'm always getting told not to do it, is I bite my lips a lot, which is why they're always chapped. And I tend to bite like inside of my cheek with my teeth. And I've tried everything. I've tried chapstick, I've tried Vaseline. I cannot break the habit. It's just like a habit I've had for a very long time. So finally, question 30. If you could eliminate one weakness or limitation in your life, what would it be? Well, for me, it would be kind of two things, and we've talked about it in the previous questions, but for me, it would be either to, one, start standing up for myself, because I'm really bad at that. As you guys heard, I'm a huge conflict coward. I avoid standing up for myself as much as I can, unless I really need to. I've had to do it before, and it takes me years to really finally just do it. And two, for me, it would to stop being such a perfectionist. For me, when things don't go as I picture them or envision them in my mind, I get very down on myself, and I tend to feel kind of inadequate. And I look for validation from other people, which I know is not healthy. It's just something I've always had an issue with. It's always been one of my biggest character flaws. But I want to get to the point where I learn to accept my mistakes and my faults, and to not apologize or feel guilty for having them. I want to learn to get past the perfectionism and kind of learn to see things as they are. Live in the moment a little bit. So if you guys made it to the end of this video and to the end of this tag, thank you for watching. I hope you guys learned something new about me, or if you haven't, glad you heard it anyway. But if you guys are interested in subscribing, please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you get, notified of future uploads. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So have a wonderful day or evening, or whichever time of day it is. Enjoy your afternoon if it's the afternoon for you guys. So bye, see you guys next time.